Tesla may be showing the first real signs of a global demand rebound. And this time, it is not just coming from Europe. Yesterday, we talked about Tesla's recovery signs in Europe, but today, the story looks bigger. Australia, Japan, and China are all showing positive signals. At the same time, Tesla is preparing FSDV 14 for more international markets. So the question is simple. Is Tesla really starting to turn around globally, or is this just a temporary rebound? Let's break it down. First, Australia. In May 2026, Tesla Model Y became the best-selling vehicle in Australia. Not just the best-selling EV, the best-selling car overall. Tesla sold 6,433 vehicles in Australia. Model Y accounted for 5,605 units, while Model 3 accounted for 828 units. Tesla's total sales were also up more than 65% year over year. For investors, this is important because Australia is not a market where EVs already dominate. Gasoline cars are still common, and many consumers are still cautious about switching to EVs. So, when Model Y becomes the number one car overall, it sends a strong message. Tesla is not only selling to early adopters anymore. Model Y may be entering the mainstream car market, and this challenges the idea that Tesla demand is weak everywhere. Yes, Tesla is under pressure in some regions, but Australia shows that Tesla can still create strong demand when product, price, and timing come together. Next, Japan. Tesla registrations in Japan reached 1,996 units in May. That is up 182% year over year. Year to date, Tesla reached 8,194 registrations, up 157%. Tesla also reportedly moved up to fourth place among imported car brands in Japan. Japan is not a huge market compared with the US, China, or Europe, but I think Japan is an important signal. Japan is a difficult market. Roads are narrow, parking spaces are smaller, charging habits are different, and consumers care a lot about reliability, service, and daily usability. So if Tesla is growing strongly in Japan, it may mean the brand is gaining trust beyond hardcore Tesla fans. For long-term investors, this matters. Tesla's global story cannot depend only on the US and China. If Tesla can grow even in smaller but difficult markets like Japan, it supports the idea that the brand still has room to expand globally. The next thing to watch is June. If Japan shows strong numbers again in June, this may not be just a one-month spike. It could become a more serious trend. Now, China. China is the most complicated part of today's story. Reports suggest Tesla China showed stronger momentum in May, especially around Shanghai deliveries and demand activity. That is positive because China is one of Tesla's most important markets. But investors need to be careful. China is also the most competitive EV market in the world. BYD, NIO, XPeng, Li Auto, Xiaomi, and many others are fighting aggressively. And this competition is no longer just about price. It is about software, charging infrastructure, product lineup, retail networks, and brand loyalty. For example, BYD's partnership with Sinopec to build a larger charging network is important. BYD is not only trying to sell cars, it is trying to build an ecosystem around the customer. That is similar to what Tesla has done for years with superchargers, software, and direct customer experience. So my view is this: Tesla's stronger China momentum is positive, but it is not a simple bullish story. China can help Tesla's delivery numbers, but it can also pressure margins. For investors, China is both an opportunity and a risk. The key is whether Tesla can grow while protecting margins and maintaining brand strength. Next, FSDV14. Tesla has reportedly notified customers in Australia and New Zealand that FSD V14 is in the final stages of local development and testing. I think this is more important than it looks. Australia and New Zealand are right-hand drive markets. The roads, signs, traffic patterns, and regulations are different from the United States. So if Tesla is preparing FSD V14 for these markets, it shows that Tesla is serious about globalizing autonomy. This is where Tesla's story becomes different from traditional automakers. Traditional automakers mostly sell the car, and that is the main transaction. Tesla sells the car, but then the car can keep improving through software. If FSD expands internationally, Tesla's revenue model could change over time. It could add software revenue, increase customer loyalty, and support Tesla's long-term AI and autonomy valuation. Of course, approval will not happen overnight, but the direction is important. FSD is not just a US story anymore. Tesla is preparing for a more global autonomy strategy. Now, SpaceX. There have been reports that SpaceX may be targeting an IPO at around $135 per share with a possible $75 billion raise. This is a massive headline, but Tesla investors need to separate excitement from direct financial impact. Tesla and SpaceX are separate companies, so even if SpaceX goes public, that does not automatically mean Tesla shareholders directly benefit. However, it can still affect investor sentiment. SpaceX, Starlink, Starshield, Tesla, Optimus, Robotaxi, and XAI are all part of the broader Elon Musk ecosystem in the minds of many investors. If SpaceX receives a very high public valuation, it may change how the market thinks about Musk-led companies overall. That said, investors must be careful. If people start talking again about a Tesla and SpaceX merger, the key questions are simple. Would it benefit Tesla shareholders? Would there be dilution? How would governance work? So my view is this: SpaceX IPO speculation is important for sentiment, but it should not be treated as direct Tesla earnings. For Tesla shareholders, the real value still has to come from Tesla's own execution. So let's bring everything together. Australia is very strong, with Model Y becoming the best-selling car overall. Japan is showing impressive growth in a difficult market. China is showing signs of recovery, but with serious competitive pressure. FSD V14 is moving closer to Australia and New Zealand, and SpaceX IPO speculation is adding another layer to the broader Elon Musk ecosystem narrative. But this is not a risk-free, bullish story. China competition is intense. Robotaxi is still limited. FSD still faces regulatory barriers. And SpaceX does not automatically create value for Tesla shareholders. So for long-term Tesla investors, the real question is not whether 1 month looks good. The real question is whether Tesla can turn these early signs into a sustained trend. Personally, I think Tesla is showing signs of a rebound, but I would not call it confirmed yet. The next few weeks, especially June delivery data and Q2 numbers, will be very important. Tesla's story is not just about selling more cars this month, it is about whether Tesla can connect vehicles, software, autonomy, energy, and AI into one long-term growth platform. If that starts to happen, the market may need to rethink Tesla again. So, what do you think? Is Tesla really starting to turn around globally, or is this just a temporary rebound? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want daily Tesla updates with investor-focused analysis, make sure to subscribe to Life in the Future. Thanks for watching, and let's keep enjoying life with Tesla. Before we wrap up, let me take a moment to introduce myself. I drive a Tesla Model Y, and at home, I've installed a Tesla Powerwall, so I actually charge my car with solar energy. I truly believe Tesla is shaping the future, and that's why I share the latest news and insights here on this channel. I'm from Japan, but I want to connect with Tesla fans all around the world. That's why I also create an English version of my videos. YouTube now lets you switch the audio into your own language, so you can enjoy it in whatever language you prefer. Most of all, I'd love to connect with Tesla fans everywhere so we can support Tesla together. I also share updates on X, so feel free to follow me there and let's connect. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.